For Rise Up, we wanted to do this album and make it sound more like a band, and the only way to do that is to actually all of us be a part of the songwriting from the beginning. It was the first album was really more about Erik coming up with the majority of the songs, and he co-wrote some with Robert, and they demoed them here in Stockholm and sent me the work files, and I ended up singing everything in London and just sending everything back. I had everything already mapped out for me, and it was quite easy actually, but it was treated more like a session. This time around, I wanted to actually be more involved with the choice of the songs, the direction, and not just me, but all of us together as a unit. And that was the only way we were interested in doing another album.
This time when we made the second album, I think we kind of took all the bits and parts that we loved about the first album and kind of built the second album around that. So I think it's more personal, and I think it's more unique in that sense.
This is a natural progression of where we needed to go without departing too far from the first album. I think production-wise, it's as strong, it sounds as beefy, as big, and it's got all the elements of what people would expect for a follow-up album from us. But it also shows, it just shows more personality in terms of I got to write what I would naturally sing or what I would actually sing about. And the other guys, we kind of wrote it with and for each other as opposed to for our individual selves, and that helped a lot in how the actual the sounds and the songs came about on this album.
Whereas the first album was a little bit more of trial and error, and we were feeling each other out a little bit because we hadn't written music together before. But this time we knew what we wanted to do, and also we knew that this was not only a project, that it was a real band.
The first single of the album is called Learn to Live Again, and it's a duet between me and Jeff. I think it's a fantastic song, and it kind of captures a lot of what W.E.T is all about, and the thing that we are two lead singers in the band, even if Jeff is singing all the lead vocals on most of the album, and I do all the backing vocals, but I think that differs our band from other bands as well, as we are two lead singers in the band, so we can work a lot of the melodies and how the lead vocals, which is the most important thing on an album, of course.
When we were booking to do the live show and doing the video stuff, you know, we naturally have to come up with ideas and plots and everything, and our wonderful video director, David, suggested we go up to an area that was pretty isolated from the city, and we shot one of the videos in this old industrial barn that was a lot of dead birds and rats in there. But it had a really cool vibe. It was almost like a haunting kind of vibe, but not like we were trying to do a scary video. It was just, it had such a unique background and such a unique feel to it. But it was literally -4 degrees Celsius in there. It actually turned out really well, and it's just another stamp of how important this country is to me and my association with Sweden.
The second single, Love Heals, is a classic, a really classic power ballad. It could have been made and recorded and written in the 80s, and you know, it's one of those songs. It's, you know, you've heard it before, but it's a great song, and you know, I think it's a fantastic song.
Love Heals was one of the first songs, this is the second single from the album, Love Heals, one of the first songs I actually heard demos of that Erik told me he'd written, I think, around the time that we did the first album, if not shortly thereafter. So it's already a couple years old before I even heard it, and I immediately, as soon as I heard it, I thought, please tell me please tell me it's available, that we're going to do the song, because it drew me in immediately. I loved the song from the beginning. I knew it just had that real epic kind of sound to that I knew we could actually turn into something big, something that W.E.T could really grind our teeth into. So I was really happy when we got the opportunity to record that song. The material, I think, shows that we're taking a modern approach to the classic AOR sound. And that's something that's really important, especially following up for the debut album, which was, it just had so many stunning songs. We didn't want to have the pressure of trying to match or even do something we'd already done before. We wanted to do something that was as strong, but also has its own legs and also shows the maturity of the band as growing as a band. That's what we wanted to capture in doing a new album. And I think we absolutely achieved that on this new album.